Good evening, friends. My topic, as Mohit told you, startup funding. I think this is a burning topic of these days. Startup is playing very important role for the development of the economy. So you are aware that unicorn, at present we are 110 unicorns and more than 1 lakh registered with the DPIIT, that means Department of Promotion, Industrial Intertrade, which is organization set up by the government to help the startup. So I am coming up, Resurgent India. I am the promoter director of Resurgent India, who is a merchant banker, investment banker. We are also a government advisory services, and for a startup, we are also preparing the draft project reports and helping the startups. The main point is, what is startup? Why the startup has come up? Startup, a business organization is also there. Startup means you have to do something new. You have to do some research and you should create a market for that. That is the most important efforts. For the government of India has also set up a separate department, separate fund for that to help the startup. Fund of Fund is one of the funds created by the government, about 10,000 crore rupees. Set up a funds. For that, SIDBI has been authorized, committed that 500 crores to be provided to 6 alternative investment funds. That means the fund will flow through the alternative funds for which SIDBI will provide it. Ultimately, the alternative funds will go loan to the startup. Then government is also providing a seed capital. That means if you are registered with the Department of Promotions, IIT, they will give you 20 lakhs rupees as a subsidy and 50 lakhs rupees as a debt. That should be routed out to the accelerators or incubators. These fund has been specially created and they have already disbursed about 434 accounts. They have already been disbursed. Then government also provided the credit guarantee scheme for a startup. If any term lending institutions, NBFC, are providing any loan, it is being guaranteed by the credit guarantee corporations. That means all startup having a guarantee from a trust created by the government under a SIDBI. Then startup showcase. Startup innovations, what I told you, innovation is the most aspects for startup which is expected. If innovation will be there, they will have to create some market. That means startup will play very important role for innovations. This is also major aspect for lending to the startups. So conventional credit we are talking about at present, banks are providing the loans in the shape of a term loan, equipment financing, letter of credit, bank guarantee, working capital loans, lead rental discounting, bar credit, bridge loans. Besides that, for a startup, the main issue is their own funds. Because when startup will start, it requires their own capital in the shape of the owner stake or their relative and friends' money or from their friends and relatives. Thereafter it is coming to venture capital, angel capitals, crowdfunding. These are the source of finance is available. The bank now have also started to provide the lending. Specialized branches are opened. State Bank of India, Bank of Maharashtra, other all nationalized banks, mostly they have opened specialized branches to help the startup. Then we are talking about the IPOs. You just find out for 22, all IPO are 100% success. These are detail of the IPOs. They have come 22, 109 IPO has come, amount is 1980, all are 100% success. That means for a startup, they can come also a IPO business. Some IPO, some NSCs merged to the main board also. These are the number of accounts where have been merged to a main board. Alternative funding channels, these are the channel which provide a assistance, financial assistance. When you are talking about the magazine funding, private equity, venture capital, angel investment, factoring, peer-to-peer lending. These are the aspects where the startup is getting the loan from various organizations. Then why magazine funding is required? Magazine means in between. When you are talking about the equity, you are talking about the term loan, that means it is a subordinate to the capital. That is also being provided by some organizations. PE, that means private equity and venture capitals. This also play very important role for a startup. When startup funding is required, that means first of all they are going to a venture capital and private equity sector. The partner angel investment, as name depicts, angels, they are main helpful to the startup. Angel funding is a major aspect for a startup. Then peer-to-peer lending, one company is giving loan to another company, small company giving to a larger company or providing to a startup. These are to peer-to-peer lending is also very popular in these days. I think most of I try to cover what type of lending is there. Now major aspect of the startup is, now if you want to set up any startup, so many difficulties are being envisaged. Because funding is the major aspect. You have to develop some product have to be developed. Then you have to market something. For a new person to develop a product, then have a marketing, then source of finance. Because for a new person, bank is also not providing the loan immediately. They are asking some collateral security, even credit guarantee scheme is there up to 2 crore rupees or 5 crore rupees. You can take a loan without any guarantee, without any collateral security. Still they are finding some difficult to getting a loan from the banking sector. That means for venture capital or angel capital are the main source of financing this sector for a startup. If any question in respect of raising the funds from a startup, please ask me any question on that aspect. I tried this because they have given me only 50 minutes, that I have not taken much time for that. So these are the thoughts of the Research in India, and Research in India is providing all of help in preparing the draft project reports, in helping the even startup also. So we are also doing so many workshop, conferences, webinars in respect of this information. Okay? Any question from any side, please? Okay, then thank you very much.